Today I officially start a new series. Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. The good old developers from 11th Hour Games did another Q&A live stream today, and I broke into that live stream with my newest segment titled Dev Chat. Me and Mike, the developer at 11th Hour Games, had a great conversation. I hope you all enjoy this new series. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to support smaller channels. All right, let's jump right into this. All right, it looks like we're connected with Mike right now, the developer. We're just waiting for him to get on.
Good afternoon.
Mike, you there?
My name's Mike, and welcome back to
what's up, man?
Last Epoch dev stream.
Where you at? Get your camera up.
Boom!
Boom. There he is.
There we are.
What's up, sir?
How's it going, guys?
How's it going?
We're going to continue our playthrough of Fenton.
Nice. We get to see some gameplay during this interview. Let's get it going. All right, Mike, we're going to jump right into questions from the ARPG community. Now, you are a highly respected developer at 11th Hour Games, so just please try and answer the questions to the best of your ability. Now, the first question that has come in, we want to know about character customization. Right now, there's nothing you can do. Everything is gender locked. Let's hear what you have to say. Go.
So there's a big thread up on the forums about character customization in general. Originally started out as a gender conversation,
okay,
but it really applies to every part of character customization on the whole, and it's something that like would be really nice to add. It's not something that we're going to be adding pre 1.0,
so it's not coming
it's a feature
soon.
That we'll look at down the road once we've got the game out and all that sort of stuff. It's something that we'd love to have. Character customization in general,
so more towards
fantastic,
the future,
but,
nothing in 1.0.
It's just we got to keep
before
the scope in
1.0
check if we're going to have a successful launch, and getting to release with the features we've already scoped in is really important.
Got it. Thanks, man. Mike, people keep asking me, the Rune Master, the Warlock, the Falconeer, these last classes that haven't dropped yet, when are we going to get them? Are they all going to drop at once? Are they going to come one by one? Can we expect any soon? We need the insight, sir.
Will we get all of the 3 new mastery classes at the same time, or will they drop one by one? I don't know.
Come on, dude. You got to know something. Come on.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Fine. Now, Mike, the community has already been made aware that there's going to be some type of auction house in this game. And people get nervous when they hear auction house in a grinding game because they normally think of the launch of Diablo 3. So, you don't really have to hunt for gear anymore. Now you can just hunt a certain gold or currency and then buy whatever you want. It defeats the purpose of kind of that gear grind. What are your guys' plans, and what are your thoughts around the auction house in this game?
We have a lot of plans for that. It's something that it will change as multiplayer gets implemented and tested, and I fully hear what you're saying with the implications of the grinding game and all that sort of stuff. Like it's a fine line to walk. If you have
people are worried about
access to any gear you want whenever you want it, and suddenly all you need to do is get enough of currency X to purchase the exact gear for your build, does it kind of invalidate the gear hunt?
Okay, so the devs are talking about it at least.
That's the I'm assuming that's the danger you're implying here with that
exactly.
Question. And it's all stuff we're looking at.
Sweet.
We want to really create a social game where people can interact with each other if they want to, and have ways to share in that experience. And part of that experience is the loot hunt. Personally, I have a lot of really fond memories trading on Diablo 2. I know
I love Diablo 2.
I always go back to Diablo 2
so
as
do
an
I.
example, but
that's why we're boys.
There's that time where you're like you're new to the game, and you finally find someone who needs that one item you managed to find, and it's a bit of a struggle to even get the trade to work or whatever, but you finally get it.
Totally get it.
get a big
that
boost
social
in your
aspect
item,
does need to be in the
your
game
gear for your character or whatever. It is a fun experience, and being part of that community is a really positive option to have for people who want to be involved with that. Like, we still are obviously going to support, I shouldn't say obviously, we are still going to support SSF and have that be an optional way to play and have it still be fun, for sure.
Sweet. Thank you for the response. Hey, Mike, so last stream, you guys were talking about stances and how there was a plan for them in the game. Have you guys checked out Titan Quest? Titan Quest does a really nice job with stances, even though it's kind of basic. Curious your thoughts.
Yes.
You have.
Titan Quest is one of our lead designer's favorite games. And,
I like this guy.
It frequently gets brought up in design discussions.
Sweet. Good.
So I can assure you it has been noted.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, sir. Another hot topic that I see over and over again is around void skills. People love using void, but really it's only for one certain character class right now. Do you guys have any plans to expand void skills or subclasses to any other character in the game?
I'm not saying, I just want to be clear, I'm not saying that the unreleased subclasses are going to get void damage in any way.
You can tell us.
I'm not saying that they're not going to get void damage in any way. Just don't try and read into the subclasses part of this. But just in general, we do have plans for expanding void access in general.
So we're gonna get more void skills
to the player,
at least through trees. That would make sense.
I don't want to give you hopes on how quick that will happen, but we do have some plans for expanding void access, because right now it is basically just one class's theme.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you look at the characters, and there's like one class has access to this.
Yep.
Basically every class has access to this. Most classes have access to cold.
Don't die again.
Sorry. Everyone has physical. Most of them have poison. Sork doesn't really have poison. Necrotic is basically limited to Acolyte. Like, there's good and bad things about having those things be limited to individual classes. It helps make them feel unique and all those things like that. But
basically more void is coming in the future. Looks like we're about halfway through this exclusive interview. I'm glad we made the decision to make our boxes smaller so that our viewers can see more of the gameplay. Now, Mike, in a game like Diablo 3, you have uniques and you have set pieces that are really the end game gear. You're always trying to hunt for an ancient or a primal version of those items for end game. Now, in Last Epoch, you guys have chosen to put in set pieces, but they're more used as kind of joke gag items or builds that can't really push endgame. What are your thoughts overall for sets, or are there any plans to change sets in the future?
So we've started looking at unique items last patch. We did some set ones too. Set items are really hard to get into a place where they're either good to mix and match, like just part of them, or they're mandatory for the whole thing. And I think
no, I totally get that.
There's lots of games that just completely avoided them because of this difficulty. And we do have a smaller number of slots of gear in general. Like, there's no pants slot, there's no shoulder slot.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's harder to get bigger sets where you can have part of the set and have it still be feeling good.
I totally get all that.
Sets to be part of your end game loadout. So
you do want them to be part of end game. That's interesting.
Ideal end game loadout for majority of characters. I'm not saying like 99% of people or anything like that, but just like more than half, I would say we'd want people to be wearing some combination of sets, uniques.
I'll tell you right now, I never use
items,
sets. Almost never.
Things like just having it be a variety of things instead of just all one thing.
So we know right now multiplayer's in the works, and we have our fingers crossed that it's dropping soon. What are the incentives for grouping? Is it just something you're going to be able to do? Are you going to get an XP boost? Are you going to get better items? What can you tell us about grouping or maybe not grouping?
So this is a really deep topic.
Okay.
And I'll touch on it a bit here. We really want people there's sort of like, I guess, two main sides to this: people who want to play with other people and people who really don't want to play with other people. And we really want both, and I guess people who don't really care. But we want all of those people in all those different groups to feel like they're not forced into going one way or the other. And we want them to be able to play the way they already want to play. So if someone is really interested in playing this game completely solo, but they still want to be online to maybe interact with the trading systems, or they still want to be online to interact with leaderboards, things like that, we want them to still feel like they have a fun environment to play in.
Okay.
And we don't want to have a system where, let's say, as an example, this would be a bad thing. You have a boss that can only be completed with 4 people in your group because there's some mechanic that just doesn't work unless you have 4 people in your group. There's no way to solo it, and it drops a very specific item that enables a very popular build that is really powerful.
So what you're saying, everything in the game will be able to be soloed.
Just because then suddenly all the people who don't want to play with other people, who just want to play on their own and have their own fun, are suddenly completely locked out of that build option. Completely.
That makes total sense. And I actually like that a lot.
That boss is just completely unavailable to them.
Okay.
So we want those people to still have access to those bosses.
There's been some interesting talk on the forum about potentially Last Epoch getting guilds. Now, normally in action RPGs, you don't really see guilds. Actually, you almost never see guilds. Is there any plans in the future for adding this feature to this game?
Yeah, so guilds are an awesome social feature.
They're very fun.
They're not in our 1.0 scope.
Okay.
So
maybe later on?
I wouldn't expect to see them immediately. It's definitely something we've talked about. And yeah, it's a great way to maintain. Yeah, I didn't think you could jump over there.
You heard it here. Mike said potentially in the future.
A small little sub-community inside.
All right, Mike, we've got time for one last question / request. Is there anything you can show us that we haven't seen? Any little tease, anything that could continue to help build hype for this game? You've got to have something. Come on, man.
So I know a lot of you guys feel that this is a concept design. It's not actually finished or in game right now.
Wait, let me get my face out of here.
And I know it's a little tricky. We get a lot of questions of people who are like, are my blessings global for my character, or are they specific to the timeline that I'm in right now?
I literally get that question all the time.
And I think that a way we can fix that is by making the blessings part of your inventory screen, so it looks more like gear that you're actually wearing, which is actually how they're implemented. Oh, here we go. And so this will give you more global information about the progress of your blessings, where they came from, other ones you've discovered. It won't leak which ones are possible until you've found them, so you're not gonna be able to like
I'll just make a guide on it so everyone will know what's possible.
It'll just be like a blank icon.
I really like this. I hope this drops soon.
Without cheating?
I really appreciate this little leak. Thank you, sir. All right, everyone, that's the video. I hope you all enjoyed my new series dev chat. Huge shout out to Mike and the development team at 11th Hour Games. From myself and the team at Action RPG, including my community, we all got your back. We continue to support your game, and we can't wait till the next exclusive interview.
Glad you guys had fun.
We did.
I'll wrap this up here.